lonely man known as Andy Levy. I'm here tonight with New York reporter Lauren Sivan. She's so hot that McDonald's warns its coffee not to spill in her lap, because the coffee might get burned by her lap.
Still get it.
All right, there he is.
Well, at least we now know who was right.
For the next 2 years is that moment right there.
I don't know. We have.
Yeah.
Some of the people aren't even in your family, Lauren, who are creepy
They
uncles.
just call themselves.
Yeah,
they want me to call them uncle or whatnot. But don't you think that perhaps the White House gave him one approved joke that he is allowed to say, and so he was forced to repeat that one approved line over and over again because maybe they don't want to take any chances that he's going to ad-lib?
That's a good point.
If that's the case, what was the joke they disapproved of?
Yeah.
Well, they're like, all right, this is acceptable after his 800th admission.
I just wanted one of those 11-year-old girls to finally go, no laughs because you're edgy. You know?
Here's the thing, though. What if he's right? I mean, I happen to believe that maybe women shouldn't date until they're 30. I mean, we're making fun of him.
Why the father from Leave It to Beaver?
Yes, I am. I am. As a person who has no kids, I feel that I have a right to say
your wife's not 30 yet.
I know, that's true.
Well, how does that just make no sense? That makes no sense.
I'm trying to defend the man because he's kind of lovable.
I will defend him because of that. Because of that video, he will do it. If he had a video, maybe he'd stop.
Bill, A, that is not your dad. Stop telling people he's your dad just because he pays for your room and board.
Look, he's still.
I had no idea. 30, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 30 virgins.
There you go. All right, we're going to move on. From creepy.
Exactly how you look when I try to give you a bath.
I know. You know
You don't want to do it.
I know.
You don't want to do it.
I know. And I bring my little Folgers can and I get coins from.
Well, I use that to distract our guests.
Most interesting is that when he was working with the Guardian.
What happened to the time when you got information out of people using cocaine and sex and truth serum? Now it's like you get a barista.
He wanted to sue because he's losing a financial interest. This is like, I thought this was all about transparency and freedom of the press and all that stuff, but it was about making a buck.
Well, that's his whole look. If you're a guy that trades on secrets and you're running out of secrets, people are giving them away. You do have a vested interest in keeping a secret. But you know, I mean, I like how they describe him. The head of the Guardian describes him as showing up and like sniveling with a disgusting cough, and he's all thin and pale. And
while you're doing that, I love how Bill is agreeing with you. You just described Bill.
Right. As if he,
You know, Assange's big.
It's so cold.
His big laugh line too was about.
He just said it over and over again. Also, he has hair plugs.
But Bill,
which is coincidental.
you're a constant.
But could this Vanity Fair really blow the lid off this thing?
Irony is delicious.
Right.
Well, I like one to
Can I inject them with whooping cough? You know, that kind of thing, just to mix
give
things
them a
up a little
cough,
bit.
so I'm not the only
I
one
want to
who
move
has
on
it.
from a leaker.
Corporate fat cat.
So why don't we just like go back to that and watch the whole thing?
Absolutely.
Why not?
I'm so embarrassed to be white right now.
I'm not from New Jersey. I grew up in New Jersey, and that's what they do in Long Island.
No,
They don't
really?
do it in-
Hey, I'd plug yours, but
Lauren, speaking of Long Island.
I wish.
There you go. You think he's running or not? Christy.
I think we all know he's not running. I think we would settle for a brisk walk at this point. I think that's fair enough to say.
Nicely done.
His style of government goes over really well with people. His
Definitely.
Straight talking. I mean, his poll numbers are great. We can't say the same for his EKG.
Yeah,
So,
but you know what? I think he's the type of guy that wants to finish the job in Jersey. I don't think he's going to run.
Nobody wants to finish their job where they are. They all want to be in the White House. What are you, crazy? You want to stay here in the basement the rest of your life? You want O'Reilly's chair. Look at me. Tell me you don't want O'Reilly's chair.
He's got his chair.
I stole it over the weekend.
What's it smell like?
It smells like daffodils and pride. No, but I don't know. You want him to run, don't you? He's the antithesis of Obama. He's not slim, but that didn't stop him from jogging in tiny dolphin shorts.
I know.
There's nothing worse than a man.
Do you even know what aspiration means?
It does. It means
He's
when
aspirating
you
right
can't
now.
breathe, you have a constriction in your chest. It's cutting money from a budget that doesn't have any money. I mean, he's like the Lehman Brothers of governors right now.
I mean, Brown, what's his cat? Kasich? Is that his
Kasich.
Kasich,
In
yeah.
Ohio,
all those guys are going to call this. I call this common sense pornography. People who like no BS. That turns me on.
Okay, but that is great. I'll give you that. But is that enough of a basis to say a guy should run?
Well, Bill, that's a great response.
Yeah, what the F, man? Half the time I barely Half the time I barely get asked a question or answer one.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said Bill. I wasn't even listening. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wasn't even because I'm not even here right now.
I'm not having fun either. There's more lip than talking points on this show tonight, Greg.
Yeah. All right.
And I'm not against it.
Let me try
I
to
just want to point out that it's actually a simulation of the Village People.
Okay, I'm going to give you my cold sore in a minute.
The Village People simulated a lot of
Too
things.
late.
Can I just try to rein this back? Lauren Sivan knows all the tricks. But first.
Monster.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Loop for 10
Didn't see
minutes.
that coming.
No, nobody saw that coming. That's better than the
my
Sixth
mind.
Sense.
Well, he also didn't see the lawnmower coming.
Yeah,
That was a terrible
That
video.
cat was not harmed in any way. If anything, it was adorable to death. Hey, Nick, this guy is an American hero.
He is, and you
Oh,
know.
all right. Well, wait, I was gaining weight in the last segment. My dress sizes. There's no up or down. This show.
The Watergate, the Monica Gate, the whatever else gate that I can't think of at the moment. It's huge, isn't it?
It blew my mind.
Yes.
That's for sure. You know, the super big gulp doesn't guarantee a certain amount.
Yeah.
It said 44 ounces, but just because it's called a super big gulp doesn't guarantee you 44 ounces. So they took a few ounces off. Frankly, they probably did this guy a favor, you know, 4 ounces less of high fructose corn syrup. My question is, the people that need this super big gulp,
Yeah.
something's wrong with it. I mean, are you taking a pregnancy test? Who
that's a
needs
good
that
point.
much fluid?
Complete bull because it's crystal meth and hooker's
Yeah,
named
it's
Stella
wrong.
that get you
Actually,
across the country.
No, it's hookers named Shadow.
Well, Greg, to Lauren's point, though, this is a very good point. Now, Greg's nickname in college was Super Big Gulp, but his intake would vary depending on the customer.
I want to say this.
The Guardian, and he was sniveling with a constant cough and just looking awful. It's hard to believe those Swedish girls wanted him to take an STD test.
I mean, yeah, that was shocking. That was
Yeah.
truly shocking.
Yeah.
Seems
He just wanted you to agree
so
with
healthy.
him.
Yeah.
And coffee and wine also is a remedy for the flu. Many people don't know that.
Is that right?
That's what I always use.
I did not know that.
The acid reflux alone on that man.
Bill, you said when he spends blizzards in Disney World, right?
Yeah, they weren't too happy about the
Yes,
Disney
but,
World. I think they did appreciate his honesty. He said he put his family first. He promised his kids a trip to Disney World, and he
Right.
delivered because Chris Christie's good to his word. That was his.
Plus, they didn't have problems with
Gulps.
Yeah. He's a Slurpee technician.
Terrible.
Speaking of 7-Eleven, this whole thing giving him 4 ounces less of high fructose corn syrup. Please apologize to High Fructose Corn Syrup, which is a major sponsor of the Halftime Report.
Is it really?
Yes.
That explains a lot about what's going on.
I know it
around
does.
here.
Oh, I know it does.
I apologize.
Okay.
May you enjoy your super big gulp.
Andy sweats
Really?
Coca-Cola like I sweat.
Of the Wild,
Yeah.
I think it was, or I'm sorry, When Nature Calls.
Yes.
Actually causes autism in adults.
Really?
no
Interesting.
idea.
I've watched it 5 times.
Hey,
Surprising.
Lauren, was this whole crusade just like by Jenny McCarthy just a career move because nothing was going on and she attached like a lot of these people attach themselves to health crusades just to make themselves more interesting among Hollywood circles?
I'm gonna say no. Her child had autism. I don't usually sympathize with it, but her child had autism.
I
And
don't
she was
know.
looking for answers
I don't know.
herself.
But the thing
So
is, I
she
don't know
started-
enough. I don't know enough about her background. But
Let me tell you something, Greg.
Yeah.
Autism has stumped the scientific community. It has stumped the medical community. Finally, a former Playboy playmate took on the dirty work. You know, she
Okay, so
decided
but that
to
sentence
stand
right
up.
there is the problem. A former Playboy playmate. And I think she did do it to keep her career alive.
Yeah.
I absolutely
think
do.
that's,
I think.
I
and
I think she was trying to help
I mean,
herself.
look,
think
but I
that-
blame the American
You
public.
are a
There's this, what has happened over the past 20 or 30 years is that the definition
sleep before opening her mouth. And on that note, I must move on.
I did know that. Yes,
Yes.
I did. I did. That's why I got a dog.
Yeah, dogs don't fake things.
Yeah, your dog is not a walk in the park either.
How do you know?
Sorry.
Bill, you're a horrible pet sitter.
Sounds like you had a lover's quarrel with her
Specs
dog.
is- Specs is
Every
You're a
time-
horrible cat sitter.
All
too,
dogs
for
like
that
me.
matter.
Specs.
Paul,
surprised.
moving in with his ex-wife and her boyfriend.
I thought it would be impossible to get sexier
Yeah.
with Jordan Bratman. But yeah, no, this may have done it. Christina, on the other hand, if we've seen her recently, like when they first got married, she was quite a nice little piece there, but she's
Changed, evolved.
Changed, exactly.
evol-
She's
she's-
evolved. She's grown into herself, if
Yes.
you will.
With
And apparently that includes a boyfriend.
Nick,
Is that a code? We want to point out that both of my sons are named Bratman, so
Oh, it's easy to
can we move
remember.
to the next
That's
story?
great.
we will. Paul, what self-respecting man would stay there with a host of red eye? I disown that statement.
Stop doing that.
I have to do it.
You condemn murder. Overpass is big. We rarely bump into each other. We keep different hours, Greg. It's totally fine.
But you loved burlesque.
Why is this? Why? Thank you. I do. Why is this guy? Why is this a bad thing? This guy's my hero. This disgusting, greasy little Tolkien creature actually got Christina Aguilera to marry him.
He's gonna get
and now
alimony.
she's using him as his. She's still getting money out of him as far as shelters.
Dumb.
This I can really get into.
Yeah.
This I like a lot. And now I realize why those shake weights came out.
Yeah.
It was particularly for
Can
this
you do that
sport.
again?
You do that again.
There we
Keep
go.
doing it.
Yes, yes.
Air shake weight.
Yeah, that is the greatest commercial ever because
Really.
you have to buy the product. You can enjoy the usage of it. Nick, Paul, here they're going
Don't pay.
Related to the bartending, yes, that's how I feel about them. Also, how about just sort of angry at the customers? How about